Howdy, Tinker Nerds. It's almost April, and you know what that means. You can't believe what you read, you can't believe what you hear, you have to watch what you say, where you sit, what you eat, what you drink. You seriously have to be watching your back all day. That's why this month's project is here to help. It's a secret spy cam hidden in a Coke bottle to catch those ridiculous April Fooligans in the act. If you want more details on this project, you can visit the project page over at hackster.io. Hackster is such an awesome name, and it sounds even better when they're a sponsor. If you like tinkering, hacking, DIYing, and basically all the projects I do here on Tinkernut, then you need to check them out. They host thousands of amazing projects and tutorials such as a 3D printed robotic cat or a YouTube remote. So feel free to check them out, and thank you, Hackster, for your support. You're so cute. Alright, let's begin. Alright, so we want to make a good hidden camera, and obviously the larger the camera, the less hidden it's going to be. So we want to make this project as itty bitty as possible. So let's make this video short and just buy a cheap pre-made spy cam off of Amazon. Just kidding. Do you really think I'm that lazy? Come on now, let's DIY this the right way with the Raspberry Pi Zero. And actually, they produce these mini spy cameras for the Raspberry Pi Zero, and it makes it perfect for this project. Okay, so first things first, we're gonna need to set up the Pi. And since I've done this a drazillion times, this time I'm gonna try to do it with as few words as possible. Card, image, burn, internet, IP settings, interfaces, reboot. Now on a different computer, I'm gonna be using PuTTY to connect to my Pi using its IP address. Now we can test the camera by using the raspy still command to capture an image and then use the pscp command to transfer it to our desktop to see if it worked. Jeez, Tinkernut, what are you trying to do, break the camera? Alright, so we got that part working. Now we need a way to remotely view it as a live stream from other devices. Now there are plenty of programs out there for the Raspberry Pi that can do this, and all of them come with different features. But I wanted something that was basic and simple, just like me, with as little lag as possible, not like me. Finding something with low lag was proving difficult until I found this script on GitHub. Aside from low lag, the best thing about this script is you don't have to install any other dependencies. Just copy over the script and run it. Done. Now on any device that has a web browser, you should be able to type your Pi's IP address, :8000, and you should see your camera. Obviously, one of the primary goals of this project is to make the camera blend in with a Coke bottle, but that's going to be a little difficult if there's wires coming out of it, so let's make it portable. What we need is a battery, a charging board, and a switch to turn it on and off. These are the minimal components I used, and you can find out more about connecting them at the project page in the video description. I soldered a wire from the power output to the PP1 port on the back of the Pi. And then I soldered a wire from the ground output to the switch and then on to the PP6 port on the back of the Pi. You can charge the battery with a standard micro USB cable, and then you can flip the switch to turn the Pi on and off. Alright, the camera's all done. So now we gotta try and fit it inside the bottle. So what I did was measure the width of the bottle and the height of the label, and then I modeled a container just slightly smaller than those measurements. I ended up making it in two parts, a base and a lid, and then I printed them out. No, your eyes do not deceive you, this model is that jagged. That's because the Tinkercad program that I use doesn't have a good way to subdivide surfaces. So next time I'm probably going to use a more reputable CAD program. Regardless of the looks, I was still able to fit everything snugly inside and hot glue it into place. And for propriety's sake, I tested it out one more time before moving on. Now it's time for the magical part of the program, making it look like a Coke bottle. I chose the Coke Zero bottle for 3 reasons. Number 1, the American 20-ounce version can easily fit the width of the Raspberry Pi. 2, the label color blends in better with the color of the camera. And 3, the best thing that goes with the Coke Zero is a Pi Zero. So I prepped the bottle by pouring out the Coke and then filling it with hot water, which made it much easier to peel the label off. Then I poured out the water, cut the bottle in half, and cut down the middle section so that there was 10 millimeters left on each side. Now we can take the lid of the container that we printed and hot glue it to the base of the top section. Make sure that there is a complete seal between the lid and the bottle because we don't want anything to leak. Taking the Coke that we poured out, I mixed it with 4 packets of gelatin, stirred it all together, and poured it back into the halves of the Coke bottle. Then I let it sit in the fridge to solidify. When that was done, I could then insert the camera container into the base of the Coke bottle and put the lid on it. Finally, I punched a hole in the label where the camera was supposed to go and reapplied it. Anytime you need to charge it, just remove the top of the bottle and plug it in. Then to use it, flip the switch, put the lid back on, and put it in a place that needs monitoring. I know, cookie jars don't really need monitoring, but I would have to get permission releases to spy on the people in my office and then post it, and that was too much effort. If you have any ideas, you can submit or vote for your favorites at tinkernut.com/ideas. You can click here to watch more videos like this, and if you got any value out of my show and would like to give some value back, please feel free to donate at patreon.com/tinkernut. Alright, that's it for this tutorial. For more, go to youtube.com/tinkernut.